Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to iLeague Season 3. We are down to our last game of the evening, Vici Gaming versus LGD in the final bout before we decide on the grand finalists for tomorrow's BO5. It's gonna be a big one. It's definitely gonna be a big one. Vici and LGD showing that they are equal in power and can take games off each other. Who's gonna win? Well, let Blaze tell you. Hello, Blaze.
Hello. Well, I mean, it's not the easiest call. Obviously, we saw what LGD could accomplish in their most recent game, pulling it through with a nice Wisp draft, but with what we see before us here, I think Vici have definitely a nice little edge here. I mean, Shadow Fiend versus Storm Spirit, already SF has a number of ways where if he doesn't win the lane, at the very least he can go back and recover very, very nicely. The Lion's also a support that roams actively enough to maybe gank the Storm Spirit and maybe stack a bit for the SF. Overall, I feel like their mid lane is going to be very strong, and Super is going to be able to profit from this quite a bit. And then they can still kind of go for their overall gank-oriented high-tempo play with the rest of their lineup. So, obviously, Vici Gaming, I think, are the significant favorites, but LGD, I mean, showing what they could do last game, maybe they can bring it out again. Of course, maybe's Storm Spirit is one of those top two. I talked about Shadow Fiend as his like number one. Well, Storm Spirit's is number two. He is really, really good with Storm Spirit mid, and with the right initiative, a little bit of recklessness, and of course aggression coming in from all of LGD's side. I think that they could make this work.
A lot of Shaker has been falling. There's not been a lot of Shaker recently. Is there a reason to this? There was no nerf to the hero. I mean, I always thought he was a good hero. Regardless, oh boy, anti-mage incoming. But yeah, the
we'll probably see a Shaker here, honestly. If they've got a Darkseer, they might as well go for the Earthshaker, I'd say. I mean, you could see Vici Gaming picking it up to support the SF, to cover him, and to deny it from LGD. But yeah, I don't think Earthshaker's fallen off at all. It's just from draft to draft, you like different things. You want to get different value. Like, for example, the Lion Hex is really good here against the Storm Spirit opener from LGD. So it's very important to have that line on your side in this case. Vengeful Spirit's been really good for positioning control and keeping cores alive, so that's been a really good pick, along with the negative armor that she provides for earlier Roche and better physical output. In general, like, it just depends on what you really are looking for to get out of your supports. In this case, Earthshaker's kind of fallen by the wayside, but I would be really surprised if he didn't get picked up in this phase.
Yeah, I don't know. Earthshaker would be really good for... Wow, okay, safe lane Shadow Fiend. Maybe. Could be off lane Queen of Pain. But... maybe it's just a deny... No, okay. SF safe lane, I think that's how we can make of this. Disruptor. Oh boy, here comes the Disruptor. Very strong pickups here. I thought that Vici Gaming would be inclining towards a anti-mage pick, because there is a Storm as well as a Darkseer. Huge mana bombs if you can get those off. I watched the game earlier and that anti-mage destroyed an entire team with just one mana void.
Yeah. Haven't seen all that much of anti-mage recently, but he does have a lot of potential with just
one just played it earlier on during iLeague, Dream League, I mean.
Okay, sure.
And he destroyed nearly destroyed an IP.
Yeah, I mean, there's some narrow scenarios where he's one of the best heroes in the game. Like the Darkseer expending his entire mana pool, Storm jumping in is expending his entire mana pool. Like the anti-mage can do something that no other hero can, and that's really powerful. But in this case, I think they're gonna kind of mix for initiation and early fight. The Gyrocopter obviously has really powerful teamfight presence even as early as level 6. The Storm Spirit's the initiator. He's going to be jumping in that quickly, and of course, if anybody tries to run away, you've got Darkseer Surge and the Disruptor Glimpse to pursue, and obviously LGD respected what FY brought with the Disruptor last game. They're going to pick it up for themselves here and see what they can do with it, and it should be pretty good against Queen of Pain. Like, I don't know, there's a couple ways to look at Queen of Pain. Once she has her blink maxed out, if she blinks in and gets Scream Sonic Wave off and then you glimpse her back, you pretty much gave her a free reset. She's happy to go in and out of the fights like that.
It's
so
pulling the Queen back, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily the best counter, but of course Static Storm is insane. Static Storm is going to be doing so much work here, silencing out key abilities like the Lion Hex, the Queen of Pain obviously trying to blink away, anything where they can just lock them in, but we'll see if the Vacuum's sufficient setup. Right now they have like the Electric Vortex, they have Kinetic Field, and if they can lock people in more of the Gyrocopter and Disruptor spells, then they'll be in a really good spot for the fights, but it's really going to be on Yao to show some real strength with this hero, and of course he needs a good laning phase for that. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, Shadow Fiend should be safe laner here. It could be Queen of Pain safe lane. Honestly, I've seen that work out pretty well too. It just depends on where they want the items to lie. But Queen of Pain versus Storm is a pretty much all-around favored matchup for the Queen of Pain.
Until
I think they'll look for that. Yeah,
the funny thing is, these lanes... What? Okay, wait. These lanes are usually turned around by just having the Earthshaker, because a co-op normally wins the Storm Spirit, but with an Earthshaker, she might not be that confident at trading hits with the Storm. The same thing with the Queen versus anyone else. Queen with Earthshaker is disastrous for whoever's on the receiving end, and Shadow Fiend as well. And now we get Crystal Fiend, and I'm not sure about this. Crystal Maiden has been buffed, man. I mean, the mana is gonna be great for Gyro, Storm, Darkseer, but I don't know. I always have my doubts about Crystal Maiden, or Crystal Fiend as I like to call it.
It's my favorite Chen counter pick. Witch Doctor's not bad, but with that being banned out, she's the second best. Frostbite is so good against Chen creeps. You just pretty much farm the Chen's jungle once he's possessed them. It doesn't matter. And with the Holy Persuasion not adding any more HP, like, you just go ahead, Frostbite, right-click it 3 times, and that creep's dead. So Crystal Maiden's just going to be screwing over this Chen left, right, and center, and really pushing the envelope on that Holy Persuasion nerf.
Alright, we'll see. Crystal Maiden takes a lot of positioning prowess to do well, and there is a lot of good setup for her, especially with not Bristleback. I mean, there we go, the Earthshaker. But yeah, especially with the heroes on Vici not having natural escapes apart from the Queen, it is very strong for potential vacuum into a freezing field. None of them will be able to escape it. And now the Earthshaker pick is going to be partially also for that strong laning presence. The stun into Shadow Fiend Own Age, stun into Queen of Pain wrecking, and stopping Crystal Maiden's ultimate. Could be that. I think it's the only thing that can really stop her reliably. And yeah, this Chen counter, I never talked about it.
I think there's a good chance that LGD might want to go aggro. Disruptor isn't the best in an aggressive stance, but Crystal Maiden's so good against the Chen, and it's also really good to get a 1v1 matchup against the Earthshaker. Like, Darkseer versus Earthshaker, Enchant Totem is decent to kill Iron Shield creeps, but it's not ideal. Darkseer still wins the lane, and might do better than he would if he was worried about constant, like, Dark Troll Summoner ganks and stuff like that. So we'll see what Yao is comfortable with, and what MMY thinks he can do the most work with, but I think there's at least an option to consider that aggressive stance where the Gyrocopter, Disruptor, and CM go to thwart Vici's endeavors up top.
Alright, I'd like to take this time to report Shell 8 for the lack of Arcanas, but we're going to run through the teams. It's Boots vs Crystal Maiden. Shell 8, the director, he knows what's up. Runs back to the fountain, picks up his director chair. MMY, Disruptor. We got Darkseer played by Yao. I'm sad to see no Yao Magnus actually. Maybe on Storm Spirit, and last but not least we have Sylar on that Gyrocopter, the flavor of the month. Vici Gaming, FY on that Lion, has Shadow Fiend Super. We have Queen played by How. Oh, it's a How Queen, okay. And Ice Shaker, offlane Shaker has been quite the thing recently, and Fenrir on that Chen.
So another way they could do it is start bottom with everyone, have MMY, have a Zhao 8 support the Gyrocopter early, but then smoke up around level 2 when Crystal Maiden is that much more potent, and then make the rotation and with the Darkseer. Aggro tries with the Darkseer where they fully commit to the lane aren't the best because Darkseer still needs that experience, but if they're kind of in and out of the lane, occasionally assisting, occasionally doing roaming elsewhere, then I think it could be pretty valuable. So I expect some good rotating, if not the aggressive stance. And of course, if you look at Zhao 8's opening items, it pretty much just paints that picture here. Boots,
aggression,
clarities, and the smoke. He doesn't want to go for level 2 aura if he doesn't have to.
Oh man, if only this was a mid Crystal Maiden. Look at him. It almost looks legit as well, but he's got 2 Clarity Potions and 1 Shared Tango, so Frostbite jungling is a very effective means of getting that early level 2, like you said. And Crystal Nova, Frostbite, strong stuff, except he isn't able to cast both spells. Okay, well, with full mana he can cast both spells once, I think, at level 2.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much all he's got.
Nice. Yeah, he needs 215 and he will get about that amount. And you know, you'll see him go to the jungle. So very seldom do we see Crystal Maiden. It's been picked up once in a while. But when a hero like Queen of Pain is locked down by a Frostbite, it's always great because Frostbite has a lot of shortcomings, being only a root instead of a stun. And Queen of Pain is one of the few heroes that it's good on, at 3 seconds.
Exactly, yeah. Locking down the blink and making sure that won't be an issue here. Xiao Wei uses both Frostbites early. It looks like he will come into the jungle for a little while, so maybe not roaming until level 3 or 4 if he gets an uncontested jungle. And yeah, we don't see Crystal Maiden as much. I would say Puppey is probably the most common CM player right now. And to the point that when Western teams see Puppey playing CM in the jungle, they actually go and ward out hard camp so that it's an inefficient jungling status for him because they don't want to just give him the free level jump to level 3, level 4. And there's Chen's creep. It's like, yeah, Satyr, you can harass all you want.
No,
You've
but
got
he'll
a bunch
risk
of shockwaves.
reconvert, yeah.
Yeah, he has to. And that's trading 100 mana from Fenrir, who's running on Clarities, versus the 150 mana of Crystal Maiden, who's also got the aura. So he's happy to make that trade, even if it doesn't profit him.
So we gank when you get Tranquil Boots? Is that how CM works?
I mean, really, you can gank whenever you find an opportunity, but that might be what he waits for, yeah.
Alright, so we'll see. Oh, he doesn't lose that Clarity Potion. Great turning there. This has turned into the What Shall Wait jungle stream, because it's interesting to see how the CMs are played by the pro players. You know. Crystal Maiden always has that tag on her, you know, beginner hero, support that buys wards and dies a lot. So we'll see if this...
Well, we'll see. Glimpse is available here. They could go for an easy
hasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna go ahead. If he retreats, he gets glimpsed, and Xiao Wei's gonna take some damage. But now they can go for aggressive play, if not for the Earthshaker. I guess the fact that Isis here really breaks that apart. But if it's just like a 3v1 play, that's your first blood. So already trying to make things happen across the map. Unfortunately, not finding the kill this time, thanks to the fact that Daryl's not, you know, just sitting bottom outside of experience range. He's actually making things happen elsewhere.
Yeah, Shaker is just so insane. It's one of the best level 1 heroes, I think. Is there a better level 1 hero? I think Shaker is just the most valuable level 1 hero.
6.834 gyrocopter, maybe? I don't know.
6.84A gyrocopter.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta get along with those dank memes. And, well, Syla, he is going face boots first. But Earthshaker is nowhere to be found. I mean, for offlane Earthshaker, you just block the creep cam, like the creep movement, as Isis has done, or you go for the long range snipes of the creep wave until you get soaring. Pretty much that. You just stay out of range, pretty much. And Isis is doing just that. He might get harassed here. Yeah, he loses his Clarity Potion, but it's not too much of a problem. He's just gonna Fissure Spam, get one creep CS at a time. Maybe chances some lucky bounty runes and afford his soul ring. And once he gets that, his job's done on that offlane. Oh wow, maybe nearly dying there. Level 5 Shadow Fiend is quite the beast.
Yeah, now he gets a regen room for himself, so he's going to be very involved in this lane from this point forward. Storm Spirit's probably going to get forced out if he doesn't get... I mean, even if he just got Bottle Crows right now, it's not going to be enough to get him back involved in the lane. The raises are just too threatening, and he's not finding level 6 just from the jungle. So, yeah, it's going to be a very laid-back position for the Storm Spirit for a little bit here, and that gives Shadow Fiend a huge swing forward as far as experience per minute, as far as last hits. Like, Super is actually going to be just looking so good, just based off a little bit of rune control.
Oh, Shao E double aura. Alright, we thought he would go aggressive, but no. Double aura. Actually, double aura is, I think, the value point for Crystal Maiden's self buff, because it gives you so much. But yeah, I feel that Arcane Aura doesn't give enough, though. Do you think it should give some intelligence? I'm not sure. Like base intelligence.
I think the hero's actually pretty good where she's at. Like, she's still very viable in the right situation. She has her strengths, she has her weaknesses at certain times, but people are still getting a point or two in aura first. That shows the skill's not that bad. And the hero in general is competitively viable, so I don't think the hero needs anything, to be honest with you.
Alright, I'm sure many CM players out there would cry for more buffs, but
everybody cries for buffs, dude. I see like 3 threads a week on Reddit that Rubik is apparently a bad hero because Nullfield is not interesting. But oh my gosh, it's just
you read too much of the new thread, I think.
Oh no, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. This stuff gets 100 upvotes. I don't even know, but
boy.
You know, the way I see it, if pros are capable of making value out of the hero. Oh, actually, nice Fisher coming in. Hex, chain up. They're going to be able to nuke down maybe. Great combo there from FY, Jaw, and Super. Really good movement there on the mid lane, and that is just exactly the way you need to find a kill, even after level 6, where you feel you're in your comfort zone. So, yeah, I think the Super is just going to look so dangerous in the next couple of minutes when his net worth really kicks in.
No, well, the Crystal Maiden has gotten that point in Crystal Nova. It's worse now at level 1, I believe, and it's better at level 4, so you really want to pump that up. I think the main problem with Crystal Maiden is her skill points, is that she lacks the skill points for a support that needs to do things early. You either choose mana or you choose gank. And sometimes it's mutually exclusive, but you can't actually afford the mana. What?
He thought the Earthshaker might have been real. I don't know. It's just they get him away from the jungle. They get their jungle back under control, but in the end, it's just a cooldown wasted. I mean, the way you look at it, Sylar has double Arcane Aura. He's got a 55-second cooldown. It costs him nothing to make that play, and he's not going to be calling down within 30 seconds. So, no biggie. But yeah, no, I think she has the same problem as like a Dazzle would, though. Like Dazzle has choices. He has offensive choices. He has defensive choices. And I think that's a good thing for the game. I think that just kind of allows you to make branching decisions that allow you to play it a little bit differently, and that's I think is a very positive thing. Too much of a good thing is still a good thing.
You don't want a new. I think there was this one version where Crystal Maiden was just absurd, and then that was the version where she got nerfed really hard in that intelligence. That she no longer resembled an intelligence hero. I mean, what kind of intelligence hero has 208 mana at level 1? But yeah.
Here we go. Sylar, Zhao 8 making their rotations, trying to find their opportunity here. It's gonna be
iffy though.
Point of Frostbite, a probable kill on Super. We'll see.
Maybe is coming. No, there's a bad idea. There's a Chen. But there's a call down coming in, and he will land onto F1. He will take the second one, but the Queen! Oh no! How? Coming in at the perfect time from the sides, and yeah, that was I don't think that was gonna work either way because of how the SF was under a tier 1 tower. It's definitely not gonna work. And with Chen in the back, you never know. He might have that Hand of God. It's 8 minutes in. He might have had it. They didn't really check. And well, FY might die here. Might. Probably not, because there's no pull on the Storm Spirit. And Super is getting juked around here by maybe. Oh, the Queen jumps forward! Oh, sick plays from How.
The haste rune is not the God rune, my friend. You are not immortal, no matter how fast you may be, and that is kind of sobers him up a little bit here. He cannot continue to play in this style, and unfortunately, that's kind of a sad thing because Storm Spirit, when they're playing hyper aggressive and have all the confidence in the wins behind them, it feels like they can do anything. But in this case, getting shut down so hard in the laning phase, now 0 and 2. He's got to play passively. He's got to play very carefully, and that's a good thing and a bad thing as far as his finding opportunities across the map.
Yeah, How is going for drums. This guy ain't messing around. He's going for the combat co-op. We'll see how it works out for him, because I think the last time I saw co-op buying drums was never.
Top tower is under attack.
I don't think I've ever seen a quad buy drums.
Well, I'm sure
it's definitely a great item because drums is a really good stat item. If you can get it early, it's such a huge boost, especially with the speed buff and everything. And the stats always benefit nearly any hero. It's kind of like the go-to stat item. But now they're gonna walk into Storm Spirit. They might catch him again. It will be tough, but they'll get Crystal Feed in instead. They'll freeze him up. There you go. Crystal feeding, man.
Yep, Baby's gonna find an opportunity here though. Going to go in. Nice static storm kinetic field. Fenrir can't get the hand of God off. Can't test the face super home. Both of them going down in exchange for the CM gank. That's just huge. Now Jaw on the eastern side has a soul ring. Looks for an opportunity. It's actually Sylar to bring down FY. One more right click delivers, and the Shadow Strike takes him down. Okay. It still goes down. But How, in the meantime, does actually get killed off here. Overstays his welcome, and now they're just losing everybody. It's actually the first 4 kills for LGD, and it might be a 5th here if they can just do a little bit more damage. Oh, it's 5! It's a 5-man wipe, going from 0 kills to 5 in the blink of an eye.
Alright, let's look at a teamfight recap. Ooh, silly stuff going on here. Double Fissures was spent. A lot of threat switching, and looking at the goal change, 2007, negative 200 for Vici, and the XP swings 3000 in favor of LGD. And once again, we get a loop on that XP goal graph. comebacks all around. LGD and Vici looking very evenly matched once again.
Yeah, just all over the place. But I think a really big aspect is how much the Disruptor got out of that fight. I mean, Mechanism comes out for the Darkseer as a result of that gold, but MMY banking 1,500. There's so many different ways you could go with this amount of farm. Hand of Midas actually sounds pretty good to me in this position because you're able to reinforce towards all those different items. You can go in and say, okay, well, I want a Blink Dagger for the really long-range glimpses. I want an Aghanim Scepter for the muting effect of my ultimate, and overall I just want more and more levels. Like, this hero can do so much with a lot of items and people don't even realize it, how important mobility can be on this guy, and just all of these other things that can happen as a result. FY, gonna get close back into the kinetic static,
it
and
sucks
going down.
to be Lion sometimes. Because you're such a threat, everyone kills you first. And, well, no chance to use his freshly acquired Finger of Death. And it's a sad day for him. I think Disruptor is just one of those heroes, support heroes, that does so much on his own, I think. He really deserves a lot more play than he does get. Disruptor, able to zone out most off lanes on his own, be able to be a serious threat because of Glimpse as well. It's just really big as a hero, and his ultimate is insane, Glimpse is insane. Kinetic Field has been buffed over and over, the AoE has been increased a little bit, I think. The duration was increased last version, that's for sure. And it's just a hero that does a lot, except stun. Oh, good Lion. Oh no, what? Okay. Could have tried for another spike into Finger there, would have been a kill.
So we'll be looking for the Earthshaker to farm up his Blink a little bit. And FY wants it too. This is causing a little bit of turmoil here where they both want to move in towards farming up their next item. FY is closer to the Blink than the Earthshaker is, but they're still giving the Earthshaker the farm because it's a game changer for him. It really is. Like, it's really nice for FY on the Lion, but the Earthshaker can just destroy pushes with that kind of an opportunity. So we'll see how it plays out. For now, just kind of status quo. Fenrir almost has the mechanism, allowing the Shadow Fiend to go for a rather unique item pickup for China. It's very common in the West, but China does not usually rush this item out nearly as commonly, or sometimes at all.
Maybe
the Yule Scepter, first item, in 6.84 as well.
Time at the Summit has changed his mind, and a lot of influence from the Western players. Could be. And
I mean, the Chen's going the mech anyway, so it works out pretty well. We're gonna see the smoke pop, and Ball Lightning will pursue Fenrir to his death.
Chen. Mega kill for maybe. Oh, there's a scream once again to glimpse out. We'll get the kill. It's a free pass out of there. The Lion might have cost himself a lot of trouble. Finger's the wrong guy, and now he's gonna get caught out. At Yule Scepter winds it up. Rack'em of Souls cancelled. And Shaker coming in with the Echo Slam, destroys the Crystal Maiden. The Requiem will get him, but LGD, they come out ahead as they take out 3 heroes here. LGD lose 3 themselves, so they balance it out with that kill. And we have a 1,000 gold swing going the way of Vici because they only lost 1 core. Well, Storm Spirit's mega kill gave a lot of gold. And the XP changed more or less the same, but the damage done, insane stuff. If Lion had used the Finger on the Crystal Maiden, maybe he could have avoided death. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a narrow timing frame where right before she got healed up by the mechanism, she probably could have just been killed off by that. That would have taken the freezing field out of the picture. It actually ended up doing quite a bit of damage. So, but LGD cleaned up that fight nicely. Darkseer and Gyrocopter profit from the exchange significantly, and they even get the deny on the tier 1 mid later. So overall, LGD are looking really strong in these past couple of fights, and just overall in their position on the map. It's got to be the Shadow Fiend to change that, right? Like, he's got to max out his souls and look for a smoke engage.
Shaker
in the meantime, though,
yeah,
glimpse equals death.
Crazy attack, and well, Darkseer actually has been pretty much what do you call it, AFK the entire game until that fight. I think he didn't really join any fights. He was just jungling, getting that mechanism, even skipping Soul Ring.
Well, he didn't get any assists, but he was in the AoE gold bounty for the big fight that happened towards the bottom rune. So, although he didn't contribute, he still actually profited from it quite a bit, and that's why they had the mechanism already.
Yeah, he's just sitting around. He hasn't done a lot. I haven't actually seen much, but now that he has appeared, the mechanism is making big plays, and he looks like he might go for Greaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great against silences as well, which the Queen will be getting.
I think the biggest part of guarding Greaves now is the fact that the cooldown is actually reduced down to its original value. The guarding Greaves cooldown is still 45 seconds. It's the mech that was nerfed down to 65. So
hopefully the debuff is fixed, and this is a dead MMY. They will actually get the kill there. Easy Earth Spike. So 10 for 10 now. VG Gaming and LGD providing us with one of the closest matchups we've ever seen in 6.84 right now. And now VG, they're looking to push on this top tier, the 1 tower with the Frost Ogre. Just armoring up. The Frost armor is huge.
Yeah, I mean, Wild Wing armor and Ice armor coming out here. It's like the Hellbear suddenly has 50
Darkseer gets stunned by the Shaker, but there's still a vacuum. It's pretty big. Traps them all on the wall. It might be big enough. The mechanism keeps him alive. The Requiem of Souls only hits a bunch of illusions. There's Super once again with the misplaced Requiems. Walks through the wall. Once again, Storm Spirit says, hey, wait, let me just get that kill. Nope, stuns him up. Now maybe glimpses him back. It pulls you out of Eul's Scepter. There's no run away. But once again, how? From the back lines, drops a scream on everyone else. They get the SF though. They get the SF. And now how? In trouble. Frost bitten up. There's the right click here on that Storm Spirit. Will not get that kill. And how will escape to safety. So overall, it's a what? It's a 1 for 1. I thought a lot more people died.
There was a lot more spells cast out there, but I mean, it's amazing how well Vici were able to fight in spite of that wall of replica.
I think it was lucky. The Earthshaker got a fissure to zone out the incoming attack, and it stunned the Darkseer as well along the way. It was just,
yeah, I mean, it's only level 1 vacuum too, so they can only maximize on the potential so much. The Echo Slam from Ice was really good, or from Jal. I don't know. I've gone back and forth throughout these past few days looking at this guy's screen name, Jal, and like essentially, like I said at the beginning of the morning, this guy has they're 2 separate accounts, right? Ice and Jal.
Yeah, a lot of people in chat have been saying it's Ice, so we'll just take it as that. It's Ice.
Yeah, but I really think it could be either. And somebody pointed out that the Liquipedia page has a team leader, quote-unquote, organization member named Jal as their screen name. So it could be their coach, their team leader, and we have to give credit where credit's due in that regard because he's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, he has been playing like Ice though. A little bit safer, so maybe that's where your suspicion comes in. Ice playing safe. What is this? So, we'll see. Gyrocopter has his BKB now if he wants to buy it. No, my math is failing again. 75 gold off. Something like that. But he nearly has his BKB. And he's got a weird assortment of Wraith Bands and Braces as well. Like, didn't really want to build the drum, didn't really want that Akula. I'll just settle for BKB.
Padding your HP pool a little bit is really important against the Queen of Pain. And it's probably, in mini games, will save your life. Just going for that casual bracer, even if you don't follow through for the drums. But one thing I gotta point out is How's timing on this Orchid. Even though he went for drums in between, so he's kind of got a nice mix of attack speed, durability, he still gets the Orchid at a great time here. 19 minutes, not too shabby, and most importantly, compare that to the Storm's items. Storm is almost to a Bloodstone, but he's nowhere near a BKB or a Eul's Scepter, so that Orchid's gonna shut him down hard.
Yeah, well, we'll see what actually happens here because there is a lot of lockdown for the Quap without BKB. So she has to be very careful. She might get the Storm, but will he be able to get burst down before the follow-up comes from the Darkseer? They have Blink Dagger on all the relevant heroes now. The Shaker, the Lion. This could be a huge fight for Vici. They position themselves on the high ground and they're looking for it. There's a smoke. There's a smoke here. They're going to wrap around. And there we go, FY showing his face right off the bat. Are we going for Xiao 8? No, he's gonna blink right in there. He hexes. He tries to hex FY. Destroyed. Xiao 8 now gonna run away. He is that Crystal Maiden. Now the blink forward with the glimpse. The Disruptor has a blink dagger too. It's shiny. It's bright. He gets super. Down he goes, but the Echo Slam from Ice gets 3 with the Howl. Follow-up as 4. Oh man, LGD loses their entire squad. Maybe the only one to hide behind in the trees there. Regeneration Rune doing nothing for him. Vici Gaming once again turns it around despite losing that Lion and SF right off the bat. Ice, man. Or Jal. Whatever, man.
It's probably just Ice playing on Jal's account. Like, whatever. It's the off-lane Vici player. And honestly, he's been playing so high tier, it's got to be Ice. It really, there's no way about it.
Yeah.
You're at a LAN event, it's iLeague, you're bringing in the big guns here, and Ice has been performing just remarkably. So now we see them pulling forward massively.
That's twice
and
Ice has made big plays this best of 3 itself.
Yeah, just in this game, but like across the match, like he's been the MVP. Like he has just been doing so much. I mean, that hook shot turnaround in the Roche pit, just this match has really been just showing off what he can accomplish, and it just goes to show that no matter what team this guy plays on, he can really just make a huge impact from the DK lineup, his old Zenith roster, just everything that he's played on has
legendary.
I don't know, just become a legend. Yeah, he really is just one of the best players in the world, and we're seeing it here up against LGD. He's just controlling the fight so well. He just manipulates the flow of battle, and it's awesome. But we're gonna see how build up his BKB pretty soon. All those problems you're talking about with Glimpse and Static Storm, maybe a Frostbite, that's gonna be taken care of. And I think at that point, Vici have a huge leg up in this game.
Yeah, Earthshaker was off lane as well. Something to note, because Earthshaker off lanes have a lot more levels than a support Earthshaker. And that was a level 2 Echo Slam going off there, so a lot of life was lost. And well, it's a time like this where I say the Crystal Maiden is just really not helping. So it's why I always have misgivings about the hero.
Crystal Maiden gonna have a Glimmer Cape pretty soon. Yep. I mean, that's not gonna be too shabby. Obviously, you have to watch out for the AoE stuns, like the Earth Spike, like the Fissure, but overall I think it's pretty good. Oh wow, finding the Storm Spirit! What a jump! They'll get the suicide to negate the kill itself, but he still loses the Bloodstone charges, and he's still down for 17.
Jump as well, I think.
Yeah, well, they knew where the smoke dispelled, so they were able to kind of think about his potential positions, and they immediately triangulate
it's all about
to
knowing
that
the game.
spot.
Yeah.
It's
exactly
that.
Oh, getting the Echo Slam, Syla getting caught out. There could be a Sonic Wave. No, it was spent already. It was thrown in earlier on, but FY, he throws out the Finger of Death. That was his last use of his ultimate, and now Xiao 8 gonna run away. He's silenced up. He doesn't get destroyed. Super unwinds with the Requiem. He takes out the Darkseer. It's one hero lost here on LGD. Xiao 8, it could be him going down next. Frostbite will trap How just out of scream range for now. Super getting caught up by the storm. Maybe takes him out. The Queen of Pain will now go on a full retreat here. How will run for that Invis rune. The Crystal Maiden just juggling around in that team fight, not in range for that LGD scream, and well, they lose. Did they lose Gyrocopter? No, they don't lose Gyrocopter because of that BKB. They only lose the Darkseer, and Vici turn around and lose 3. So not a stellar enough Shaker slam this time round. I would rate B-. But yeah, baiting it in, but the Queen of Pain is gonna pick up the Crystal Maiden, but FY will pay. Nope, that's the heal. Gives him time to throw out the Hex, the Impale there, and now Disruptor. He just go for that glimpse. The Queen of Pain will find him. Easy clicks, easy bring downs, and unstoppable for the Queen now. And we'll see what happens here. Maybe he gets the Lion, but he's out of mana, and this time Sudoku is in the way, and he's gonna go down to a triple kill from How. How, you give him a Queen of Pain, and he will carry you to victory all the same. Well,
the FY actually baited that fight out really well. The Storm Spirit exhausted so much mana just trying to get one more hit on the line to kill him off, but every single time he got healed up. Once from the Mechanism and once from the Magic Wand, getting a huge chunk of health back, and maybe had to exhaust his entire mana pool to finish off that kill, and obviously that sets up the Queen of Pain for the finisher. Now, in an awkward spot, How will have to blink himself out, but he's got the BKB, he's got his TP, and he should be fine.
FY, even in death, he makes plays. Oh, the martyr for his entire team. 1, 6, and 7. His Lion has been really been the focal point of LGD. The director having ordering his men to pick on the Lion in this game. The Lion is actually the biggest threat for LGD right now, Earthshaker aside. So it makes sense. He's easy to bring down as well.
It depends on what you call a threat, right? Like if in terms of controlling the fights and disabling, yeah, I would say Earthshaker and then Lion. But when it comes down to damage, there's so many different sources, and the Shadow Fiend, these Requiems have been really good, and obviously the Queen of Pain always puts out good fight damage. So threat is a difficult thing to gauge in this context,
easy to block
because
Lion, so
yeah,
easiest threat to remove. So I guess.
Yeah, there you go. That is absolutely correct. The Lion is definitely, even like this position here, could be picked off in a second.
Oh, there we go. Speaking of which, poor FY. Kill secured by Xiao 8. Gotta get that kill score even, at least. 3-5 now. A little bit of a goal swing, but never mind. Crystal Maiden feeds it right back. And the Fisher, the Earthshaker. Queen of Pain pops that BKB. Sylar as well. He deploys the ultimate. Super just rumbles up. Gets the Requiem ready. Yao feeling useless. Running away. Queen will chase him down. Sylar out of BKB. He will not have that silence as well. The Storm Spirit, very low on mana. He tries to kill how. Will he get it? The Fisher nearly missing that. But the glimpse away into that sandbag from that Chen will keep him alive. Now 2 heroes lost for that Lion. And there's your Eel Scepter. Earthshaker ready to receive him with that Slamming Totem. And it's a level 3 Enchant Totem as well. A lot of damage coming out. And
how did he live, man? Blinking out, Test of Faith, sends him home with the last tick of Thunderstrike about to bring him down, man. He just
Game of
so
seconds.
clutch.
Oh, maybe. No, this is a bad time to TP. Oh, the silence as well. There'll be no running away this time. There's a glimpse. The Finger of Death secures the kill. The glimpse is not enough. And MMY will run away. Going for Aghanims, I would assume.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that.
I mean, whatever you want at this point. I mean, it's for Fenrir, it's definitely gonna be the Ags. He'll build up, get the Granite Golems up, get the spammable heal, and just be ready for any fight. But I mean, at this point, Vici Gaming, they have a lot of net worth momentum. They're building themselves up really nicely. They're gonna get this Aegis here, and I feel like the Queen of Pain can go any item. I feel like Earthshaker could just go BKB and be fine. FY could just keep warding, and that'll keep doing good things. The only one who really has to go for specific items is Super. He needs to kind of transition into right-click mode now. He can't just go full initiation. I mean, I have seen that build where you go like Shiva's Guard or Refresher Orb on the Shadow Fiend to really go full on initiation. I would not recommend it here. I think they do need the right clicks, and preferably this will sound weird, but preferably not going for agility, but going for like a Daedalus. Because if you look at it, the Darkseer is going to be stealing a lot of potential damage with his Wall of Replica as that gets maxed out.
The thing about the SF against Darkseer is his illusion doesn't have Necro Mastery. So, but what will you get for attack speed if you just go Daedalus right off the bat? It will be very lacking.
Your Queen of Pain has the drums. I don't know.
You still need to go for it, I think. The best thing is to avoid the wall, maybe play around it. I'm not sure.
I think with Algae Treads, you can play around with one more AD attack damage item before you go for like a mix. I think still eventually you go Butterfly if the Jawcopter doesn't have an MKB by that point. But I think for now you could go for attack damage. And like you said, Necromastery, that's bonus damage, that's green damage, doesn't go to the illusion, but the presence of Dark Lord does. So he either has to play really well around the Wall of Replica, or has to go for an item build that isn't so countered by it. But he does go for the Eagle Song, still prioritizes the Butterfly, and that means it's all the more important that he avoids that wall.
Well, it's up to Yao. He hasn't actually gotten any big Vex so far. No Wombo combos. If only they had the Earthshaker, I think it would have been a lot better for them. But they'd have to work with what they have, and they're going to go with the Vacuum Silence. I think that's the dream, right? Vacuum Silence Kinetic Field.
Oh, just get that Ags up on Disruptor. Yeah, just go for a 5-band Static Storm Kinetic Field. Easy.
Alright, Sylar with the ultimate up and the Bracer. It looks like it will be a Skadi build once again. The low damage output build, as I would like to call it. You're very durable, but the only damage you're really outputting is your magical. Now they're gonna wheel at this tier 2 tower. The Crystal Maiden just chancing a Crystal Nova there, stopping the creep wave just a tad bit. And it looks like Ice is going BKB, so he will be magically immune in a short moment. Storm Spirit, 3 Bloodstone charges. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's had a really rough time of it. He's been trying to stay involved, but a number of pickoffs have really just depleted his resources, and now he's a 6, and 8 KDA for a Star Sphere is really bad. I mean, obviously, his laning phase had a lot of issues, and I don't want to necessarily pin it on one thing, but that 4-minute regen rune pickup for Super, compared to the Storm Spirit having to Bottle Crow at half HP, like that actually changes the scope of the lane so much in my mind, and his timing goes really just far off. Now he's up against an Orchid, and he doesn't have the BKB. It's just that much, that little bit behind that becomes further and further. We'll see the fight down bottom if they find the opening. For now, just a pretty standard push with the Aegis on the front line.
Right, it's level 2 freezing field. I think he needs the mana regen. If not, he will not be able to cast his ultimate. So if you please go refill the mana, I'd like to see some Elsa displays. Oh no, it's not gonna be a case here. There's gonna be a mech. Xiao Wei stays alive. Just kidding. Super picks him off with a chain stun and a raise. And now tier 3 tower is going to be picked off here. The director down. Does he have buyback? No, he does not. Drums as well as Glimmer Cape going to be all full wasted here. Super, homing missile incoming. They're going to be able to destroy it. Fenrir pokes at it. It's 28 bucks to the winner. And
so Fenrir actually almost was able to cancel the TP of the Storm Spirit. Now his call is team in. Here we go.
Wow, big plays there. The Earth Spike keeping him in place for that Raccoon with a Sonic Wave doing so much damage, and Sylar is down. The Earthshaker Slam takes Yao out of the picture. There'll be no wall for this one. No reflections, no illusions, and nothing. And how, with that BKB, stays through that fight. He's 11-1, 12-1 now on that Queen of Pain. Ice, waiting for that Fissure counterplay. No need for any of that, as they will take off the first racks in this game. LGD might be on their way out of this winner bracket if they're not careful. Xiao 8 getting picked off there at the start of the fight. Unfortunate. And oh, the Shaker, he tried to go for that blink-in slam, but he got glimpsed first and then sent back. So not too big of a loss. They will get some Chen creeps here. Xiao 8 will freeze one. But that was a huge deficit, and I'm not sure they can recover from this. It's 3 Bloodstone charges for maybe. It's getting lower.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really able to get involved in that fight. At least he has the BKB now, so he can do a lot more. But his opponents seem to be just that much stronger every time he takes one step forward. Vici have taken 10. It's just they are building momentum so much. The BKB is really nice for the Storm Spirit, but it feels like it might be too little too late. He actually almost missed out on the fight. That bottom lane exchange, he was pushing up top next to Fenrir's creeps, and Fenrir was looking to actually cancel his TP. Luckily, he just barely got the ball lightning into the trees when he was going for the TP, so the Dark Troll Summoner didn't get the net off. But if that TP had been canceled while he was stuck up top, it would have just been Vici taking 2 lanes of racks just straight. I mean, I guess the tier 2's up, but still, like, they would have been pursuing to no end because they would know they were fighting essentially 5v4.
Yeah, they just passed by an observer ward as well, so Vici knows their whereabouts. Despite the huge ward coverage in LGD's own jungle, they've got sentry observer pairs all around, looking out for Invis heroes, Invis shenanigans, but none of that. How building that assault Kuros now, going real carry on this Quap Pain.
Yeah, a lot of attack speed coming in from AC, Treads, and Drums. Just going to be very involved, keep on right-clicking away. And of course, Queen Pain already has a decent agi gain, and her animations and everything are really good, so that's why you see her more right-click oriented than a lot of other cores. That and her 550 attack range is really good. But now with all these items, she can just, semi-carry it up, go for the base pressure really directly, and of course, get those extra right-clicks out. But it is another aura to steal. That is one thing to keep in mind.
The walls haven't been coming out, man. It's not.
I'm talking about the potential for LGD. If they don't get the wall, they're done. If we count wall replica out, like the game is called GG. But if you're looking for the play that brings it back, it's getting the Shadow Fiend and the Queen of Pain in the wall replica. You steal the AC aura, you steal the presence of the Dark Lord, and that gives you that potential. Yeah. And obviously, your Gyrocopter's relying on all that negative armor. That's a huge potential turn if you're able to get that negative 11 armor against Vici Gaming. So Sylar is relying on that wall. Whether or not they've been coming, they need it.
The Earthshaker's ready. Guess not. Well, How is definitely pretty stacked on his Queen of Pain. It does show results as well, 12-1, despite this unorthodox Queen of Pain build. Really just show if you're a carry player, you really can't take the carry out to carry.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's going to be able to scale the best with this kind of a build-up. The refresher Agams is nice, but oh boy. Chaw. Ice. Caught out a little bit, but BKB, and he's not as reliant on it as the Storm Spirit, actually. The Storm Spirit is much more reliant on BKB than the Earthshaker is in the subsequent fights, so this might be another reason for Vici to push in now.
1005, and yeah, we have Granite Golems. We're ready. We're ready. The ancient stacks are coming in, and we even have Mud Golems.
Yeah, the babies.
In, yeah.
It's going to be like the Russian nesting dolls here, with the Granite Golem, and the Mud Golem, and then the Shard Golems underneath.
Okay, Mud Golems, stay alive. Mud Golems, be strong. Alright, we have Jimmy and Timmy in the fray now. They're going to run up, toss a stun over to Sylar, give him 125, and he will die. So that's the end of our Mud Golem story. But the Granite Golem is going to be laughing at Xiaoyi's attempts to freeze it, and just hobbles away slowly. Wow, Fenrir gets himself a third Centaur. Gonna be conquering up this land. with his horsemen and the golem.
Yeah, nice aura there. I think that's Alpha Wolf is dominated by Super too, so they got the Pack Leader's aura, they've got the Granite Golem aura, they're really looking strong to go into this next clash, but they haven't found their opening yet. We see there's no Radiant Observer Ward where the smoke came through, and although the Centaurs are visible, they might just walk right into it. Xiao Wei could be an easy pick-off here, but it's Sylar on the front line.
Why would you run up like that? Shaker gets the biggest play of his life. Fissure to follow up. Yeah, once again, no wall for you, sir. He puts the wall on the wrong side of the map, and Super is just going to look at the wall and laugh. How he will not be able to pick up the TPing hero, but Super taking a lot of damage from that disruption. He's about to go down here. There's a glimpse. Pulls back the Earthshaker, so everything's fine for now. Not so fine as the Storm Spirit is down with only a little bit of gold left for the buyback. Darkseer, completely no buyback, but that panic wall though, I'm not sure about this wall.
I mean, there was nothing else he could do. He panicked a vacuum trying to break down the chain of initiation, get a mini stun on everybody just to give themselves a fraction of a second to react to the situation. But it was just a tactical mistake, moving up into a blind cliff.
Crystal may have broke the smoke already, and they still proceeded.
Well, they didn't. I mean, yeah, but they hadn't realized, they hadn't seen. I was looking at Radiant Vision at the time, and if you look at what this ward sees, it actually stops right here. The vision that the Radiant Observer ward stops is right there. So the smoke broke on the western side of that, and that's where they didn't have vision because of the lack of ward. So yeah, it was kind of on the eastern side of that line. You have the wall of replica, or sorry, you have the smoke of deceit covering them. On the western side of that line, you have the observer ward completely blind, and they just find that tiny blind spot that gives them the perfect opening, gets the easy clash, and hits another kill on to the Storm Spirit. So now he's 6 and 7, 2 Bloodstone charges. They take an easy Roche, and when their ultimates cool down, there's nothing stopping them from marching right in with that Aegis.
No, we talked about instant GG if wall doesn't land. Well, that was as close as it was getting to instant GG in a fight. Missing the wall, and Ice on point is understatement for his Shaker plays. Always knowing when. The minute we call out a danger, he's there. That's how fast he is. He's ready to act at all times, and it really does show. I mean, a lot of times it comes down to an initiator not daring to initiate sometimes, for fear of throwing a lead. But Ice, he gives no damns. He just goes on in and drops some big slams all around. He's got 2,200 gold now, so building towards the Ags, bigger impact.
So now, I mean, it's all on Yao, essentially. He's got the level 2 wall replica, he's got the blink. They have to avoid those kinds of angles of attack. They have to maybe go for like a smoke flank out of their base and wrap around, but they can't just go right marching through up the cliffs that they're not ready for. It's all about level terrain. If you have the high ground, if you have an equal ground advantage, then it's not going to be a surprise jump like we just saw. It's going to be LGD getting some good spells down and maybe making that wall replica connect the way they need to. But as we see, the smokes at Deceit are out of stock and out of inventory. They have no way of maneuvering against observer wards. They just have to wait for Vici Gaming to make a mistake, and they've been so methodical this game. They've been picking their battles very, very carefully. A nice observer ward coming down in the base here from FY.
Gonna trap Super, but they bring in the Ancients. And they're starting to make house calls with these Ancients, just banging away at the tier 3, and looks like Super will be part of that as well. Frostbite will catch him in place though. Oh, Fissure on the wrong side of the wall. Easy Impale. Whoa, it's a 3-man Impale Ravage equivalent here. And Super, he goes in, he unloads. How the Sonic Wave drops Sylar to half health. Disruptor's gone. How's Godlight? The Storm Spirit zipping in and out. The Sylar is down, but how? He still has that Assault Q-Rush. Very tanky Shao it has had. Enough is like that Fissure. I'm done. 21 and 34. He goes on in there. Earthshaker just making plays all around. And well, that's that. Vici Gaming will win this best of 3, 2, 1. LGD are not out of the tournament yet, but they are definitely going to be crushed in spirit after those 2 games prior to this. I think they might kind of be weary and tired by now. Vici showing more resilience, and I would say the slightly better draft in this game will pull ahead and secure victory.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to lane execution. The fact is that maybe had a really hard time getting himself started and was always an item behind the Queen of Pain, or his nemesis in this game, and then it comes down to execution for the Darkseer. Not able to get the wall replica he needs, ends up being 0, 8, and 9. His mechs were really good, but his ability to get the wall onto multiple heroes it was sorely needed this game, and it just didn't happen, at least not sufficiently. So, unfortunately for LGD, they're going to be dropping down to the lower bracket. They're going to be fighting up against Team Malaysia, and while you generally would give LGD, a team with Xiao 8 at the helm, a edge over Team Malaysia, we've been seeing them dominate the lower bracket, taking down Alliance, taking down Newbie, who took down IG. And I really think that it could be a toss-up. I think that's going to be an amazing match. We'll see that tomorrow, but Vici Gaming get the easy ride to the grand final, and a well-deserved one at that.
I would actually like to see Malaysia take the grand final slot though, because we have seen a lot of China action, but we haven't actually seen some Southeast Asia versus China when it comes down to it. You know, that grand final, best of 5, a lot of time for Mushi to work his genius, work his mid. He's back in mid as well. I'm excited to see how Malaysia will perform tomorrow, of course. So we'll have LGD versus Malaysia, best of 3, and then proceed for that best of 5 grand finals. I'm not sure if there's a game 1 advantage, if you know.
I'm not sure, but I'm just by default going to say there's probably not a game advantage.
Okay. But even if there is, it's going to be quite the day tomorrow. We have possible 8 games, and I'll be me and you, I think, will be casting it. Maybe Ryu will be joining me for one of them. Not sure how the timetable is going to be, but you and I are going to do the finals, that's for sure. And we look forward to seeing you guys there. It's been me, Lysander, and Blaze has been joining me for this 3 games, epic ones as well. I'm glad to have had a co-caster and give me all that analysis all the time. And well, we'll be right back tomorrow, so if you like our casting, do give us a follow on our Twitter. Our handle's on the top right corner. Give us your support, your feedback, and we hope to improve the cast for tomorrow, and yeah, maybe get a morale boost from some of your nice comments. But with that, I'll wrap up the broadcast for today. Thank you for watching. Remember to follow Beyond the Summit for more details on our future casts on Facebook as well as Twitter. And day 4 will be amazing. Much love, and Kappa, good night.